All right, let's start the day with a delicious pasta recipe. This is one of those dinners that comes together really, really fast, which you know I love. So over here I got a pot of water. We're gonna hang out with that in a minute. We're gonna drop some tortellini, but it only takes about 4 minutes, so I'm gonna pause on that for a moment, but water's going. I'm gonna get a little salt in there. Get that started in there. Nice heavy pinch of salt. All right, we'll add the tortellini in a minute. Now, in my big skillet here, I'm gonna drizzle in a little of our stock market olive oil. And let's get some fun stuff going in here. First of all, sun-dried tomatoes, we got basil. We need to get the garlic in there. Now for me, I make this dish at home and I like to slice the garlic for a few reasons. One, it just adds such a burst of flavor, but it's gonna cook down, so that's gonna be delicious. And I just like it, there's some heavy flavors going on, so it feels a little more pronounced. But if you just wanna mince it up or chop it up, you are welcome to do so. But this is just how I like to do it. So I have 6 cloves of garlic here. I also like doing this, for those at home, all of you who have amazing knife skills now, which I appreciate hearing about everywhere I go. I heard it a lot last weekend in Shawano when I was there for Oktoberfest. A lot of people letting me know how much, how their knife skills have improved. So I love hearing that. It makes me so happy. I have a purpose to teach how to use your knife. So just rocking that knife forward. This is a good, keeping your fingers out of the way. Good little practice. I know 6 seems aggressive, but that's because it is. I just really want a lot of garlic in this. If you're in a pinch though, and you need to use the garlic to get this on the table, you do it. But if you have an extra minute, do it fresh. Okay, so we got some olive oil getting nice and hot. We're gonna add our garlic in here. I got it on a little bit of a lower heat than normal because I don't want to fry that right away, because I also want to add some flavor in there of the sun-dried tomatoes. Now you can buy sun-dried tomatoes already sliced, ready to go. You can buy them whole like this. And you know what's great is when they come whole like this, they come in a jar. And there's the oil that's in the jar. I don't think I put it in my recipe, but if that oil's around, heck, get that in there too. Get that sun-dried tomato oil in with that garlic. Don't waste that. And I'm gonna go ahead and julienne these as well, which just means nice long strips, and get those in there and start cooking with that garlic. That sun-dried tomato oil, by the way, here, I'll put this back up so you can see. When you buy something like that and it's in the oil, do not throw that oil away. Keep it for salad dressings or to drizzle over veggies like that. Drizzled over roasted potatoes when they cook is delicious. That sun-dried tomato oil, you don't want that to go to waste. All right, 2 more here. I think that should be good. You're looking for about a ½ cup. If you happen to get the sun-dried tomatoes that are in the dry packet, that's totally fine as well. The oil's just to add in if you have it. If you don't have it, no big deal. We just need some sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, let that garlic and oil start becoming friends while we get our tortellini in here. I like to make this with ravioli when Tommy and I were dating and early married, and my kids, for some reason, feel like, because they're chill. I love them so much. I know I talk about them like I don't. They're really wonderful, wonderful kids who give me like no problems ever, but I gotta tell you, the eating habits are a little hard. So when I make this with ravioli, they feel the cheese pasta ratio is off, whereas tortellini, they feel it's more balanced. Here we are. So that's life. Okay, so now we're gonna saute up this garlic. It's got a little bit of a sizzle here. I'll turn it up just a little. And let's get some spices in here as well to start adding to this very flavorful sauce. We're gonna do a little oregano, a little dried oregano, and a little dried Italian seasoning. And I'm just adding that in with that oil in there because that'll help kind of wake those spices up, bloom them up. I love kind of keeping the pastas, like these kind of frozen tortellinis and stuff, just if they're on sale, I bulk up on them and throw them in my freezer because you can cook them from frozen as well. These have thawed, but you can cook them from frozen, which makes dinner come together like that. So I like that. All right, oh, yes, honey, it smells so good. All right, we got a few things going on over here. I got some of our Lamer's heavy cream, and then I'm also going to, as always, this pasta water is salty and a little starchy. Let's see if I can just get a little bit in. That's gonna help our sauce. You calm down, I don't need you, noodle. There we go. Just a little bit of starchy pasta water. It just kind of helps thin it out. We got a lot of heavy stuff going on here. All right, so This is a question I get a lot, so I'm gonna address it right now. Everybody knows one of my favorite words is zhuzh. I'm gonna zhuzh this. I always say zhuzh. No one knows how to spell it. I don't know how to spell it, but they always say, do you ever scratch your cooktop? And so far, no. I don't know the trick to not scratching the cooktop, but I'm a zhuzher, so hopefully I don't scratch it. But as of right now, I've done okay. All right, so to this, I'm gonna add in some of our Lamers heavy cream. A half and half works pretty well. I've done it with half and half, but I do prefer the heavy cream. Let that get a little thick. And then I'm gonna add a little of that pasta water in there as well and let this kind of start coming down a little bit. Reducing down to get a little thicker. But let's go ahead and add in, I've got some fresh spinach here. Spinach is one of those that I always talk about zucchini and hiding it in my kids' food. I do it with spinach too, because it looks like a ton and then it sinks down to nothing. And if it's big pieces like this, I give them a good tear. But we'll get some spinach wilting in here. Told you, this one's quick. This one's quick and easy. Maybe I'll start with this and see if I need any more. A little bit later, we're gonna be chatting with the Stock Sisters. Their store, if you get a chance to head in there, I can't recommend it enough. They go all out. And if you're like me and not a huge Halloween person, but you love fall, oh my gosh, they have the comfiest, coziest sweatshirts in there for fall that are like apple cider ones. And they're just so stinking cute. So I would definitely recommend, but you're gonna see a little bit of a fun segment with them after the show. Or not after the show, excuse me, and a little bit later. So much fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and let's check these. Like I said, they only take a minute. Oh, heck yeah. So using a spider, that's what this tool is called. It's an ugly, ugly name. You're gonna add that in. And you're basically done. This is so easy. I'm gonna salt and pepper this a little bit. See, I like to use a spider just in case I need more of that pasta water. Don't wanna get rid of it too soon. But I'm not gonna lose any of these either. There we go, got them all. Now, give these a good toss around. Let them kind of finish cooking in that sauce. It's nice and light. Even though the heavy cream, there's not a ton of it. It's not like an Alfredo sauce that's going to get really, really thick and rich. It's actually nice and light, a nice light coating. And now, I've got a few things on the side here. Let's go ahead and chop up, you know, we gotta get a little fresh basil if you have it. If you don't have it, don't stress, but if you got it around. And then I got some big shavings of Parmesan. I shaved a bunch of Parmesan off of our Simon's cheese that I grabbed when I was there, so we shaved some big pieces off of that. Let me give this a quick bite, make sure I love it. Kind of a chunk of garlic on there too. I will burn myself for you, everybody. Salt and pepper. That should be good. All right. Let's dish it up. I love it because it's hearty, but it's comforting, but it's not terribly heavy. You got that spinach in there to kind of cut through the richness. And then all I'm gonna do is take that Parmesan, fresh basil, Parmesan. That's a weeknight dinner that comes together very, very fast. Hope you make it. I'll post that online after the show.